My name's Shelby Taylor, and I will be reviewing Amanda's directions on how to make a book cover out of a paper bag. I have my supplies here. I have a book, I have a paper bag from Winco, scissors, and tape, and I am going to begin. Step 1 says to unfold your paper bag, cut off handles if any, begin your first cut down the length of the bag on the side of the bag. And then it says to repeat on the other side, but I'll take it one step at a time. So I have the side of the bag here. I'm going to cut down the line where the fold is. Now I have the other side, and I'm not completely sure where I'm supposed to be cutting on the sides here, but this should do. Okay. After you've cut lengthwise on both sides, cut the bottom away and discard. The image above should be what your bag looks like now. So I'm cutting away the bottom. I get the distinct feeling that mine is not going to look like the image above, as I'm a little bit confused as to what sides I was supposed to be cutting. But I will do my best. Looks like I'm going to end up with two different pieces. Hopefully that will work. Or two pieces. So I cut away the bottom of the bag. Kind of looks like the image. Okay, step 2, next place your book in the center of the paper bag with the printed side of the paper bag facing upwards unless you want the printed side shown on the front of the book cover. So I will just pick one of these and lay it out and put it on it. Fold the bottom length of the bag upwards about 2 or 3 inches. So whatever you prefer to give a clean edge for your book cover. Step 4 says repeat the same folding process with the upper length of the bag, folding 2 to 3 inches down. This is where you may need to trim off excess paper from the top of the bag. If your book is smaller sized book, depending on your bag size, you might have too much paper at the top. Make sure to trim away any excess before you make your folding, taking into account you need about 3 inches of fold. Okay, so if I fold this about 2 to 3 inches down, I am going to have a little bit of excess, so I'll cut that away now. I'm going to cut about 1.5 inches off, just kind of eyeballing it. Okay, so now I can place my book right back on there. I might need to fold this side up a little higher. 3 inches there. And 3 inches there. That should be perfect. Okay. So that fits pretty snugly on my book. To make sure you have the top fold right where you want it, line up the bottom edge of the book with the bottom folded edge of the paper bag. Once the paper bag is folded at both top and bottom, you are ready for the next step. So I have that folded at the top and the bottom and it fits right. Step 5. If you don't have clean cuts on either side of the paper bag, make a clean cut from the bottom to the top of the book cover. Only cut just enough off to get rid of the jagged areas. So I actually have some pretty nice cuts on the side here. I'm not too worried about the jagged edges. Step 6. Now that your bag has top and bottom folds and clean cuts on the left and right edges of the bag, it's time to place your book back in the center of your bag Open the front cover of your book. You should have enough paper bag to fold over the front book cover as shown above. Make a crease in the bag where the front book cover flap ends. Next, you will insert the front book cover into the paper bag. See step 7 for directions. So, I'm gonna, since I don't have a lot of bag here, see how it will fit. That should do pretty good. And I'll leave plenty for the other side as well. So, I'm gonna fold that crease. And then move on to chapter 7. Or chapter 7. Step 7. Okay. Oh, and it looks like I was supposed to make a fold for the back side too. So that that's all done. Make sure it fits well. There, now I can see where the line was. And fold that over. Okay. Now, the 2 folds you made in step 3 and 4 act like a jacket for your book. You should be able to insert your front book cover into the paper bag cover. To do this, make sure the front of the book cover is all the way open, then slide the book cover into the paper bag as shown above. Okay. So, I think that it just slides right in here. It's pretty nifty. Got it in that crease there. And you now should have the front cover of your book securely inside of the paper bag book cover. Repeat steps 6 and 7 to complete the back of the book cover. Remember, this time you have to include some extra length for the spine of the book. You won't be able to fully close your book if you don't allow some extra room. So it looks like I jumped ahead a few steps in making this crease over here, but let's see if it fits. And if it does, then I didn't ruin it. Okay. There we go. So if I close it, that's perfect. It's got the spine, plenty of area in there. Next, here's the back cover of the book being inserted into the back flap of the paper bag cover. Perfect. Back book cover securely inside the book cover flap. Good, good. Make sure your book fits snug in the paper bag book cover and that it closes correctly. This is where you may want to tape your new book cover if you choose to do so. Open the front of your book and tape the bottom of the book flap as well as the top. I forgot to do this myself, but if you need a visual of where this tape should go, the image above shows my right hand. The tape would go there, right in the middle of the book. It should be taped from the outside of the book cover, folding in to the inside of the book cover. This holds the paper bag book cover on a little better. So I would do this, but this is a borrowed book, so I don't want to put tape on someone else's book. But based on what she's saying, it looks like it would go right in here. Somewhere either down here or over here. It's a little bit unclear. But that would secure the book cover on. And now it is all done. My book is covered and ready to read.